Battle after battle, I warded off the murderous pillagers, keeping them away from my village. So much of my energy has been focused on protecting my villagers that I've barely put any thought into my own home. But after successfully fending off their full-scale raid, I'm finally free to build in peace. Or so I thought. Hardcore mode is the most difficult game mode Minecraft has to offer. With only one life and the game locked to the hardest difficulty, there's no room for mistakes. I've decided to take this challenge to the next level by placing an additional restriction. Anything that makes the armor bar appear is not allowed. Without armor, I'll have to rely on skill and game knowledge to survive. If I die, the series ends. My name is Trenticlees, and this is my journey. With the pillagers' forces defeated in the raid, I'm ready to start building myself a new home. This refurbished desert temple has served me well, but it's not quite worthy of an endgame house. But before I get started on that project, I need to finish something I've been putting off for quite some time: maxing out my gear. All of my tools have max enchantments, but my sword remains incomplete. Currently, my sword has Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 5, and Knockback 2, which means I still need to enchant it with Mending, Sweeping Edge 3, Fire Aspect 2, and Looting 3. I was easily able to purchase a Mending book from one of my villagers, and I happen to already have a Sweeping Edge 3 book in a chest, so all I had left was Fire Aspect and Looting. I crafted a new diamond sword and cycled through enchantments on my enchantment table until I had the option to get Looting 3. At this point, I set my unenchanted sword aside and headed over to my village to get Fire Aspect 2 via the librarian method. After several minutes, I managed to get the book I needed, and then I headed back to my home to combine the books together. Now, I just needed to get level 30 for the looting enchantment. I headed to my zombie spawner and began grinding XP. At some point it occurred to me that it would be very convenient to have a cleric near the spawner so I could trade in the rotten flesh for more XP without having to leave. I dug out a little area for the cleric and then headed into the village to find a suitable candidate for this special employment opportunity. At first, the villager seemed a little apprehensive about his new assignment, but after a little nudge in the right direction, he was able to settle in quite nicely. Now, it's back to the XP grind until level 30. Once I reached level 30, I acquired the looting enchantment, but I still didn't have enough levels to combine everything together. After a bit more time at the zombie spawner, I was finally able to complete my max enchanted sword. At this point, I got distracted with a bit of a side quest. I wanted to liven up the area around my village a bit, and what better way to do that than with some turtles. I flew along the coast until I spotted some turtles near a beach. I fed them some seagrass so they could breed, and once the eggs were laid, I used Silk Touch to pick them up. Then I flew back home and set the eggs on the beach near my village. Now, I just need to wait for them to hatch, and I'll have a little colony of turtles. With the side quest completed, it was time to get back to my main objective. My sword and tools may be max enchanted, but there is still a way to make them stronger. The final upgrade I need is to convert my gear from diamond to netherite. Netherite is a rare and powerful material that can only be found in the deepest reaches of the nether. Therefore, I need to make sure I'm prepared before I start mining it. First, I brewed some more fire resistance potions to ensure I remained safe from the lava. Next, I prepared an extra precaution in case I run into any piglins while mining. I took some of the dragon's breath I collected during my battle with the ender dragon, and I brewed it into some weakness potions to make lingering potions of weakness. I then dipped some arrows into the potions to create arrows of weakness. This way, I could load an arrow into my crossbow and quickly shoot any attacking piglins to reduce their damage. With my preparations complete, I stepped through the nether portal and began constructing my netherite mine. I created a staircase down to height level 14 and began mining for some ancient debris. Yes, I found some. And we found some more. Yes, there's another piece. Once I acquired 4 pieces of ancient debris, I smelted them down into netherite scraps, and then combined them with 4 gold ingots to create 1 netherite ingot, which can be used to upgrade a single piece of diamond equipment. The first item I chose to upgrade was my sword. I then returned to the nether and continued mining. Yes, more ancient debris. Yes. Yes. After days of mining, I finally obtained enough netherite to upgrade all of my tools. Now that my tools are as strong as possible, I'm fully equipped to embark on my next major building project. A new palace. I decided to build my new home with a desert temple theme in mind, to pay homage to the home that has served me so well along my journey thus far. But that meant I would need a lot of sandstone. Fortunately, sandstone is extremely easy to come by in a desert, and with my netherite pickaxe, I was able to gather a massive amount of it in a short amount of time. Once I had enough sandstone, I picked out a suitable location and began the construction of my new home. One evening, as I was about to head off to bed for the night, I noticed a group of pillagers wandering along the river. As I retreated back to my home, I contemplated what this meant. Perhaps this war isn't over. Perhaps my village and home are not as safe as I thought. Or maybe it was merely a lone group of pillagers that happened upon my land by coincidence. I had no way of knowing for sure, so the next day I went back to building. Later in the afternoon, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. The pillager had returned with backup. What do these guys think they're doing, attacking me while I'm building? After 2 encounters in a row, I knew that my war with the pillagers was not yet over. If I want to stop the pillagers, I need to strike a blow that they can't recover from. I need to destroy their mansion. I returned to my home and used a golden carrot to brew some night vision potions. If I'm going to survive attacking the pillagers in their own home, I need to make sure nothing can jump out of the shadows and catch me off guard. I also gathered some healing potions and readied my crossbow with weakness arrows. Since I already knew the location of the mansion, I was able to fly straight there. And so I began my assault on the Woodland Mansion. After clearing all the pillagers out of the mansion, I freed the imprisoned Allays and then used a flint and steel to set light to the entire building. I watched from the treetops as the mansion went up in flames, and I knew that in this moment, my enemy was defeated. Through skirmish and siege, I waged my war on the pillagers, and now I emerge victorious. I returned home and found that 4 Allays had followed me all the way back, so I brought them inside and put away my loot and extra supplies. With the Woodland Mansion destroyed, my home and village are now safer than ever before. And with each new discovery and upgrade, I continue to grow stronger. But as I continue to explore and progress, only time will tell what dangers lie in store.